So as I continue to get more and more aware and understanding of the cannabis space, I'm going to be putting out more and more videos on it. So today I have someone who was introduced to me by Dina Rollman from GTI, and she's actually the executive director for the Illinois Women in Cannabis. And I'm excited to talk to you, Amor, and welcome to this.
Thank you, Benny, for having me on this podcast. I'm so excited to chat with you a little bit about Illinois Women in Cannabis, the industry, and myself. It's so excited.
Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot already the last 2.5 months. I came in when I first met Teddy Scott. I didn't know really anything about cannabis, and then now over the last 2-3 months, I feel like I got a bachelor's degree in the business of cannabis. So I'm trying to get my master's and then get my PhD, I guess, right? So
yes, lots to learn, as you can see.
Oh yeah. Lots to learn, but also very exciting. It's exciting. It's cool, and it definitely has my curiosity. So, with that being said, Amor, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Of course, I'd be happy to. Hi, everybody. My name is Amor Montes De Oca. I am Illinois Women in Cannabis's first executive director, and I am so lucky to be in this position. Illinois Women in Cannabis is a nonprofit, and we are facilitating. Our mission is to facilitate opportunities for women who are exploring, connected to, or employed in the cannabis industry. The organization was co-founded by Dina Rollman, who you met in 2014 to advocate, to promote the vast opportunities in the cannabis industry, which at the time were coming, and she saw a lot of opportunity in a brand new industry that had no glass ceiling set yet. So they foresaw a lot of opportunity for us women to participate in this industry, to learn about it. And so ever since the very beginning, they've been growing the community, promoting opportunities, educating to promote the industry, to facilitate understanding and opportunities for us to connect to it. So I've continued on. I joined 6 months ago, and it's been one of those jobs through quarantine, and I've learned so much. And the past 6 months, like you said, there's so much to learn. As you mentioned, there's so much. It's a rapid fastest growing industry. I don't even know which goes faster. Fastest growing industry, lots to catch up, lots to learn, lots of opportunity, lots to everything. But with all that quickness, there's also a lot of chaos, obviously, a lot of fast moving pieces, and it requires I see a lot of people in a brand new industry, in a startup industry, where roles aren't defined, rules are still in development. There's a lot of regulation to be compliant with, and to learn and to know super well, so that you can continue to operate within the guidelines. And then there's a lot of ancillary businesses coming online and connected. And so in all that rapid growth, we want to establish Illinois Women in Cannabis to be a hub, a space for everyone looking to learn more about it, and so that we can divert it into the rest of the industry, other hubs, other organizations, other grassroots organizations focused in other areas of the industry, education, networking, licensing, lending, investing, social justice, social equity,
Yeah, and I met Wendy Berger as well. So Dina and Wendy, it's a power combination to form.
I could not be more happy and excited that they had the foresight to create this organization. I technically would not be here without their forward thinking and their progressive, and just kind of seeing the opportunity. And it takes some forecasting to see that at the beginning.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the Illinois Women, like what you gave a good summary of it. So like what are the things that you're focused on right now as the ED for IWC?
My very first priority in joining Illinois Women in Cannabis was to help adapt the organization from a highly in-person format to obviously a virtual that we all were pushed to through the pandemic. And actually, it's been great to have reconnected with our community. The second thing was to put out a comprehensive calendar of events to help us not only find each other, but continue to learn about the opportunities through the pandemic. As you know, cannabis is essential. And so the industry did not stop. Some parts of it are, still on pause, but it's, so, adapting the organization to be part of all of these fast moving pieces was the first priority. And now that we have an infrastructure to operate digitally, and we already had the in-person, now we're able to kind of leverage both formats to continue our operations safely moving forward post-COVID. We are strategizing, prioritizing, and more than anything, leveraging the enormous talent that we have been able to attract to our organization, membership, our committee members, our committee leadership. Honestly, I couldn't be more happy about the talent that we have put under the structure to move us forward, to help me execute into all of the, this rebuilding year. 2021 is a rebuilding year for us. So plenty of things in motion that will kind of cement their path into the next year. But this year most definitely is rebuilding and carving out paths to keep us on track.
So so in order to be a member of Illinois Women in Cannabis, do you have to be working in the cannabis industry?
To be a member of Illinois Women in Cannabis, you have to believe in our mission. And that's all. We're welcome. We want allies. We want supporters. We want to build a dynamic a dynamic community so that we have a clear representation of what the market looks like, so that we are better informed and connected in the many, many, many areas that could come about.
And what are you guys, so now, since, hopefully we'll be in person soon. And when that does happen, I will be partnering with you guys to do something in person. And I feel like being a cannabis event, that could be fun. I don't know, but for right now, virtually, I guess, what are you doing with your members?
We have, over the past 6 months, have hosted a great number of workshops, seminars, Q&A sessions, and networking events, again, to reconnect and to learn what resources are needed, what people are looking for, to be better informed as to the needs of our members, so we can be more timely and more relevant in the coming months. So our programming has gotten robust and building traction, etc. We are planning. We had our spring conference in March. I was just so blown away by the energy, despite being remote. We walked away.
And that was that virtually on Zoom?
It was virtual, yes. And, we are planning hybrid events for summer and fall with caution. And we are putting together structures to make sure we are
that you're able to
still maximizing the tools that we have, the technology. We can connect with more people, so it'll be a hybrid of a small curated physical event that it has a streaming, so that we don't lose the people who are unable to join us physically.
That makes sense.
And we can continue to provide the resources.
That makes sense. And if somebody wanted to join Illinois Women in Cannabis, what do they need to do?
Hop on our website, click on join, and it's that simple. We have built platforms to help continue conversations outside of our programming, so people can find each other and continue their conversations, whether they're professional or business related. we have a Slack channel, we have a Facebook group, we have our members area new to be launched in a few weeks on our website. So there's no better time to join Illinois Women in Cannabis than yesterday. It's the quicker you begin to meet people in the industry, other people in the industry, and begin to understand their whys and why, what our roles are, how we're learning, who we're meeting, what the opportunities are, the more I feel you'll fall in love with the industry. I have quickly. And
so what made you, okay, let's talk about that for a minute.
Sure.
What made you, because you told me that last time too, what is it about the industry that made you fall in love with it?
I don't know that I knew it beforehand. I think it's something I've discovered over the past 6 months. I feel that in my trajectory, in my professional trajectory, in all the jobs that I've had, and all the ventures that I've been part of, and all the projects, etc., for me, the industry is more than a job. It's more than an industry. It's so much more than that. And the more that I meet people in this industry, the more that I learn about their intentions in the industry, the more meaningful it becomes for me. There are so many different layers that make this industry unique in the most, I don't know how to put it in words. It pulls at your passion. It pulls at your sense of community.
Yeah.
It pulls at your sense of justice.
Yeah.
It is so much more than a job.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that I find is absolutely fascinating about it, because the social equity part and the history of cannabis, the innocent, or not innocent, the people that have been put in jail for years, decades, whatever, from cannabis crimes, and now it is the fastest growing money making industry there is, right? So I think the social equity part is something that that really gets my attention for sure, and that I really respect that the people that I've met in Chicago cannabis so far are so passionate about. From you, from Dina to Wendy to Teddy Scott. Yeah, I mean, everyone that I have talked to has some sort of a passion towards that, and a genuine passion, not like, oh, I'm going to make this much money, so that's why I want to do it. But I feel like the people genuinely, at least so far that I met, care. So I think what you're doing with IWC is phenomenal. I'm going to say, if anybody is more interested in getting to know more about IWC or wants to be a part of IWC, it is a very easy process. Oh, and I will say they accept men and women.
Of course.
So that's one of the other cool things about the IWC is they accept both. But you can
We're welcoming. We are building an inclusive community that cares about the industry. If I would love to call on all of your listeners, your community, to consider the cannabis industry, to consider lending your expertise. If you are passionate about advancement, opportunity, economic access, educational access to education, reform, if you're interested in, if you're passionate about justice, if there is so much work to be done in this industry, you would be hard pressed to not find a calling in this industry. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does.
I have, I came into a job that I knew I felt prepared for, that I knew I could be impactful, and that knew that I could be helpful. Little did I know how much more it was going to mean to me to be part of something so meaningful.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And even last time we talked, I saw your passion and I was like, holy shit, like this is really cool, So go on the Illinois Women in Cannabis website, connect with Amor on LinkedIn. And it's a great organization with some great leaders, male and female. And I say this especially because most of the people that I know are not in cannabis. I mean, 99% of the people I know are not in cannabis. So my goal is to
Listen, I wasn't in cannabis 6 months ago.
That's what I mean. And now look at the way you speak about it. Like that's on a whole different level, you know?
Come, like it's intimidating because it's fast moving, but all of you guys are business owners. You've already been, you've built businesses, you've built multiple businesses, this is not very different from, the entrepreneurship mindset is not very different in the cannabis industry. When it clicks, when you see it, when you see the opportunity, you see the people, it completes your thoughts in a way.
Exactly. I love it. I love your passion for this. So I will post this on all my social media platforms, and also will email this out to everyone in that Orion 3 network. So absolutely highly recommend connecting with Amor and the Illinois Women in Cannabis. So thank you so much for your time, Amor.
Thank you, Benny, for the invitation. I couldn't be more grateful for letting me share my story and for inviting your listeners to learn more about us, to support our work. And, thank you for your interest in what we're doing. Thank you for your interest in the industry. And thank you too for helping us amplify our voice, for amplifying the voice of the industry, the voice of our community, to help us grow. So thank you for keeping an eye out for us, Benny. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I'm going to keep doing it.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you, all of you guys, for listening. And if you have any questions, please